Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor. Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan episode. If this is new to you, this is a quick episode where I just share my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. And I just do this because I think it could be helpful to some people that are maybe struggling to get their meal plan together, and maybe it'll give you some motivation or some ideas of some things you could put on your meal plan for your family. I think meal planning is so important because it just saves a lot of time and energy and stress and money. So I share this every week on this episode, and I also post a blog post on my website at lolasfrugallife.com that includes links to any recipes that I mention in this episode. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, July 22nd. So for Saturday, I'm going to be making grilled chicken thighs, brats, and Hellmann's classic macaroni salad. So the grilled chicken thighs and the brats, I do not have a recipe link to share. For the grilled chicken thighs, I just get boneless chicken thighs and I baste them with barbecue sauce and I just throw them on the grill until they're cooked. They cook up really pretty quickly. And then I'm going to be doing brats with those also. I wasn't originally planning on doing that. I was just going to do the chicken thighs and the macaroni salad, but then I saw they had these brats on sale that looked really good, so I decided to just get a package of them and throw them in with that meal also, and then we'll have those for leftovers, maybe for like lunch on Sunday or whatever. The Hellmann's macaroni salad comes from food.com. It's just your typical macaroni salad with like mayo, elbow macaronis, vinegar, mustard, sugar, salt, pepper, that type of thing. So that is for Saturday. For Sunday, I'm going to be doing sausage and vegetable sheet pan dinner. This is where you basically take like sausage, and I actually have been doing chicken with this also, actually chicken thighs, which again, one of my usual mess ups where I don't intend to do very similar meals like back to back, which I'm doing grilled chicken thighs and brats on Saturday, and then Sunday now I have sausage, which is similar to brats in a way, and grilled chicken again with this sheet pan meal, and I never realized it until I'm actually reading off this episode. But anyway, we're gonna go with it because that's what I always do. So anyway, this meal it's actually really good though. You take sausage links and you cut them up, or I don't know if it suggests cutting them up, but I cut them up. I think it might actually say to just put them on their whole, but I cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then I take some chicken thighs and I cut that up into bite-sized pieces too. And then the recipe has like broccoli, potatoes, carrot, a bunch of vegetables and seasonings, and you put it all together on a sheet pan and bake it, and it tastes really good, and it's a super easy meal to make, especially on a night that you don't have that much time. So I like to do things like that on the weekend when I can, especially in the summer when I'm usually doing other things. So that's for Sunday. For Monday, I'm actually switching things up for going forward. I'm going to try something out. Usually what I do is well, if you've listened before, I rotate my meals on a regular basis. So I basically have a rotation for Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then I kind of fill in the gaps with other meals that we make frequently on the rest of the days. So Mondays is usually either my hamburger night, or on the other off Mondays, I do either hot dogs on one of them or steak on the other one. Well, I decided instead I'm going to shift that hamburger, hot dog, steak night to Fridays instead, and do Monday as one of my like other meal type recipes instead of a regular rotation. And the reason why is because I struggle with when I can make vegetable recipes with like fresh vegetables, because I grocery shop on Thursdays. So I want to plan using those fresh vegetables as early in the week as I can. And my hamburger, hot dog, steak night, other than like potatoes, doesn't really have much vegetables really that I serve with it. So I decided to switch that to later in the week, so that way I don't have to worry about having fresh vegetables for that. And then I can put something else earlier in the week that does potentially use more fresh vegetables rather than frozen stuff. So this Monday, I am going to be making a Cobb salad for dinner. Now, this is not something I've typically done for my family, but I thought it would be a nice meal, especially in the summer. So I'm going to just be making some grilled chicken breast on the grill, obviously. And then I'm just going to put out like a big bowl of romaine lettuce, some cooked bacon, some avocado, some hard-boiled eggs, croutons, and salad dressing, all kind of like salad bar style, and then everyone can make their own salad. So we are going to try that for this coming Monday. Tuesday is my Mexican theme meal night. This week we're doing tacos. I have a whole bunch of Mexican style recipes that we rotate through on Tuesdays. So Tuesday is just going to be tacos this week. So I don't really have a recipe to share for that. I think everyone pretty much has their way of doing tacos. We just do we were doing ground turkey for the longest time, or ground chicken actually for the longest time, but then we recently switched to ground beef. So I just cook up some ground beef. I season it with seasoned salt and some chili powder. And then I just put out, like all the different toppings, shredded cheese, taco sauce, avocado, sour cream, all that kind of stuff. So that's for Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have our seafood night. So this week we're doing easy shrimp scampi recipe, which is from spendwithpennies.com. This is just a really quick shrimp scampi recipe that you make in a skillet on the stovetop. And then for a side, I just make some linguine, and we just serve it on top of the linguine, and it makes for a really quick meal. You could also do some frozen vegetables with that. That's usually what I do if I have some on hand, which I normally do. I just didn't actually specifically plan for that night, so I may or may not, depending on if I remember to grab the frozen vegetables from the freezer and pop them in the microwave. Thursdays, we usually do soup or some type of breakfast for dinner. So this week we're doing soup. I'm doing Instant Pot hamburger soup. This is from saltandlavender.com. It sounds funny, but it's really good. It's basically just like an Instant Pot soup that has like ground beef in it, and diced tomatoes and beef broth and potatoes and some other seasonings and things. It comes together really quick and easy, and we all really liked it last time I made it, so I'm going to be making that again for this Thursday. For Friday, I'm going to be doing a ribeye steak and cheesy Instant Pot rice and vegetables. So for the steak, I don't have a recipe to share, but what I do is I just take the steak, put it in a Ziploc bag, marinate it with some Montreal steak seasoning, olive oil, and red wine vinegar, and then just throw that on the grill. Or sometimes I was making it in the air fryer when the weather wasn't nice, because I got too scared of putting it under the broiler, which is what I used to do, because I caught my oven on fire like at least 2 or 3 times, I think. Not terribly bad, but still scary enough with the ribeye steak, because it's got like fat in it and it pops up and hits the broiler. So it's air fryer or grill at this point in time. So that's all I do with that. And then the cheesy Instant Pot rice and vegetables is from the saltymarshmallow.com. And this is an Instant Pot recipe where you basically cook the rice and vegetables. It's like rice and mixed vegetables you cook up. And then when it's done, you add shredded cheese and just mix it all up. And that makes for a good quick side dish. And I think it goes really good with the steak. So that's what we're doing for Friday. So that is it for this week's meal plan. I hope this gave you some motivation or some ideas to get your meal plan together for the upcoming week. And I really appreciate you listening, and I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.